And welcome into a Friday version of the Backstage Pass. Of course, always presented by our good friends over at MitchMax.com. If you want some of that merchandise, go check them out at MitchMax.com. And I think there's a coupon on that website. You can get some percentage off of there too at checkout. And of course, our good friends at Hank Jr. Productions and Bangtail Whiskey, the official sponsor of CRS. And of course, the countdown to country radio seminars. Already on as of this week. Myself, Kirsty, Jeff, excited about this. Cannot wait to get to Nashville. Been waiting about a year and a half to get there, but we're going to be there February 23rd to the 25th at the Omni Hotel. And of course, another great interview coming out tonight with Nashville recording artist Erin Grand. I just got off the phone with her and we did a great show. So be sure and check that out tonight at the sportsguyspodcast.com. That's what the Backstage Pass is powered by. So with all that in a mouthful, good to welcome back Kirsty Krause to the show and a talented, super talented 14. Yes, I said 14-year-old. All the way from Canada. She's a great artist. Kaiya Gamble joins us here. Kaiya, how's it going?
I am great. I'm so excited to be talking with you both. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. It's been a day.
We were jamming to your music, and that put us in even better mood.
Yeah, we did.
Because I feel like we just keep getting artists like yourself on the program, but just so many good stuff in the works for the Backstage. So we're very happy to have you today. And here you play a couple for us.
Yes, me too. I'm very excited.
Well, tell me about your story because, again, 14, I say that too, but mature beyond the age and at the same time musically gifted, talented, any adjective you want to use, and to put out a song like I'm In It, which came out the first part of November and is still out there across all the platforms. Tell me about this. And the fact is, I guess, did you kind of know, I say young age, but 14, I mean, younger age than that? That music was the calling? When did it start?
Great question. Yes. So I was 9 and my grade 4 music teacher came up to my parents one day and said, did you know Kaiya has musical attributes? And, my mom and dad, they're not musically inclined whatsoever. So they didn't know. And I frankly didn't know either. It was just something that I had fun doing. So I started piano and voice lessons after school. And after a couple of weeks of doing it, there was just something inside me, some little voice that said, you know what? This is a passion of mine. I love this more than just a hobby, and I want to start doing it more seriously. And that's sort of when I really dived into my music and started writing and performing and doing as much as I could. And I've just been on the artist train ever since.
Amazing. And for you at such a young age to have that much focus, to not only be pursuing it as a passion, but putting out releases. You have 2 singles with one that we're celebrating today as well. But it's so much steps to release a song. When you went through that first process, talk to us like what that was like. Do you feel like you learn something new every time you're releasing a new song?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Because the first time it was like I had no idea what to do really, because it was just so many steps, right? So many things you got to do and think about. A lot of the things that I learned from the first single, organization and planning skills was probably the biggest thing that I took away and brought to I'm In It. And especially considering that with Speak Out, it was me, my parents, my best friend's mom helped us as well, and then one other person. So it was a very small team, and with I'm In It, I actually had a bit more support around me, which I was really grateful for, because we knew what kind of support I needed to have because of what happened with Speak Out. So definitely a lot of steps, and there's still things that I'm going to take away from I'm In It that I could have done better, and things that I did well that I can take away into the next single as well. So yeah, great question.
Totally. That will happen to you every time. And here at the Backstage Pass, we love to do a shout out at the people behind the curtain that helped, because it takes a whole village, not just one person. So it sounds like you have a great support system with your family.
Oh, I'm so grateful for them, and so grateful for not only my biological family, but for my musical family as well. I'm just, grateful for everyone.
When you look back at these last 19 months or so, and I know COVID's affected everybody, and it's one of those questions I get tired of asking over and over again, because sometimes it's just one of those things you kind of know maybe an answer to it before you ask it, but everybody's different. That's what makes it a unique question too. How did it affect you? How did you remedy things? And did it kind of stop the recording process, the songwriting process? Were you looking at different things to put out, like some target dates for either an EP or a single? Talk to me about how COVID affected you.
Great question. Yes. So I definitely had a unique perspective on COVID because both of my parents were frontline healthcare workers during that period. My mom, she's an ER doctor, and my dad was a Stars Air ambulance pilot. So just watching them walk out the door every day, just that alone was so stressful for me and for my sister. And not only that, but, adjusting to online schooling. And, I was on this streak of live performing. That was really what got shut down for me, was the live performing. It was just live performing. I was just loving every minute of it. And then suddenly it stopped. But I'm grateful to COVID because it really clarified something for me. It made me realize that I can't do anything else, because this is what I love. And I remember sitting on my couch, just bawling my eyes out. And I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do if I can't do music. And that honestly gave me more of a drive to just work harder and to write more. I actually wrote way more than I thought I would during COVID. I started my first co-writing sessions both on Zoom and in person, which was fantastic. And, of course, that was how I'm in It was birthed, writing it with Annika, who you've interviewed on the show before, as well as her husband, Spencer. And just COVID's been hard for everyone. I try to look at the positives in every situation. And that's also how this concert that just happened, this online benefit concert that I put on Kaiya Live, was inspired and was actually put on to help support everyone during COVID and raise awareness for 3 organizations as well. So, it's been a really tough year and a half, almost 2 years for everybody. And everyone's had, again, like you said, Brandon, a unique experience with it, but that was mine. And I'm really just trying to focus on the positives of it all and what COVID has helped me see and what COVID has helped me accomplish as well.
Yeah,
awesome.
No doubt.
Oh, congratulations on putting your first event together. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Especially going to a good cause. You are definitely on the right track with giving back. That's music is such a gift, and you have the gift, and to be able to share that and bring other artists on to do good for people who are suffering or this world, that's amazing.
Thank you.
We talked about songwriting. You just got into co-writing. What was it, back up a second, what was it like growing up in Alberta?
Oh, great question. It's been I've enjoyed growing up in Alberta. I couldn't honestly imagine myself growing up anywhere else, because as much as it's a very country oriented music zone, and I'm more of a pop artist, it's helped me meet my sort of people. It's helped me meet my co-writers, who are still fantastic and help me write pop songs even. And so, I've met my co-writers and my producers and just a lot of people who surrounded me, and even the country music family has invited me in with open arms, which I've been really grateful for. It's been it's been interesting, but universal music is a universal language, really, and I'd like to think even I'm in it has a bit of country flair to it. And there's so much melding with music lately. There's pop rock and pop indie and so many different sorts of music. So it's sometimes I think, why couldn't I have just been a country artist? Because it would have been so much easier in Alberta. But this kind of music that I'm gravitating towards is what I love to do. And I've had an amazing support from the country community so far, even though I am a pop singer. But again, music has no walls, especially now. So I think that's a good answer to your question.
Yep.
It's wonderful. And like you said, the biggest thing is it's a country community, but they have been so welcoming. And this single, you guys, that we are celebrating today here on the Backstage Pass is such a jam that anybody who loves any genre will be like, wait, turn this up. What is this? What is this? And they just can't help but start just dancing around. So it is transcending for sure.
Yay. I'm really glad it resonates that way.
I even told my artist I represent out there too, who I do booking for and manage her day-to-day operations for, Ashton Shepard. I told her about you today too as well, because she's had a huge career in country music too as well, and we're getting ready for a big 2022 year for her too at the same time. And my God, I was telling her about the single. I said, yep, I'm in it. No doubt about that. We're in it to win it. So it's one of those things to say that it's just a great song and one of those great jams. She's like, I'm going to turn this up. She was driving and we were talking on the phone. So yeah, it's and I think it's time. We talk so much about it, Kaiya. Let's hear it here on the show. What do you say?
Yes. Okay. Let me quickly turn the reverb on, because we gotta get some reverb in here.
Yes. This single was also added to Fresh Finds Country for the best of 2021. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. And here's I'm in it with the reverb in all its glory.
Here we go.
I
was always a dreamer, just never was a believer. Happy endings were never really meant for me. I know that I'm not a princess, but I couldn't care less. 'Cause you showed me I don't need a white horse, fairy tale son, what they say. 'Cause you put the stars in that sky, and you can stop the hands of time. I was looking for it, but I was so blind, and I ain't gonna question why. You set my heart on fire, don't know how I could get much higher. I put all my chips and think I'm winning. Don't know what love is, but baby, I'm in it. Ooh, oh, I'm in it. Ooh, oh, I'm in it. Ooh, oh, I'm in it. Don't know what love is, but baby, I'm in it. Don't know where it'll take me, or if it's gonna break me, but I'll let you in, so don't let me down tonight. Let's just live in the moment, give you my heart if you hold it. And it might not last, but I like falling fast. Something about it, you just feels right. 'Cause you put the stars in that sky, and you can stop the hands of time. I was looking for it, but I was so blind, and I ain't gonna question why. You set my heart on fire, don't know how I could get much higher. I put all my chips and think I'm winning. Don't know what love is, but baby, I'm in it. Ooh, oh, I'm in it. Ooh, oh, I'm in it. Ooh, oh, I'm in it. Don't know what love is, but baby, you put the stars in the sky. You can stop the hands of time. Why was I blind? I ain't gonna question why you set my heart on fire. Don't know how I could get much higher. I was looking for it, but now I'm winning. Don't know what love is, but baby, I'm in it. Don't know what love is, but I'm in it. Don't know what love is, but baby, I'm in it. Don't know what love is, but I'm in it. Hey, don't know what love is, but baby.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-hosts Kirsty Krause, Jeff McMahon, and Karen Lee Batten as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
And I tell you, I'm still going. Yeah, I was like raising my arms. I'm like, man, this is the kind of music you got to hear on the radio too. And let me tell you something. When I'm in Nashville, if you get down there, you got to come by the booth there at the Omni and just peek in on us.
Yes,
and say,
totally,
hello,
of course.
Because we're gonna have you back on the air. Bring that keyboard and all, because we'll just have a whole show behind the curtain there.
Yes, we'll bring the Korg and we'll have a good time. Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
She sang that flawlessly. I just keep going. It's just I'm in it. So there you go. Get it across all the digital platforms. Title of the song, and I'm definitely in it here with Kaiya Gamble back here on the Backstage Pass again. Thanks to Bangtail Whiskey and of course Hank Jr. Productions and our good friends over at MitchMax.com. get that merchandise out there. Of course, Christmas time is coming up, and again, happy holidays to everybody. Everybody out there too. So such a special song, and that's the meaning of songwriting, is to be able to. What I love about it too, and talking to artists here on the program, is to create something from nothing. Come up with it. It's a craft. What's your favorite part of the process? And do you feel like, I guess, over the years and as time goes by, the writing gets a little bit easier? Does it come from personal experiences?
Great question. Yes. So my favorite part of the process would probably have to be initially writing the song, because it's such a rush when you write a song for the first time. And the editing is just getting into the nitty gritty and stuff. But I just really love initially writing that song. Whether it doesn't even have to be the full thing. If you write a chorus or a verse, I'm just like, yes, I can conquer the world. I'm just loving this. I don't know why. It's just my favorite part. And writing has definitely gotten easier over the years. I started when I was 10, and I used to write about things that, when you're 10, what do you write about? And you don't want to write about things that people will, not take you seriously for. Or that was at least the thing when I was younger, because I think ageism in music is kind of it's a real thing. I've experienced it firsthand. But as I grow older and as I have more experience and as I have more, interesting things and have written more songs that, just written, whether it's written songs that'll go out into the world or written songs that'll forever stay in my notebook. Just writing and writing really helps to get better at the craft. I think, practice makes perfect. And I think it's the same thing for writing.
Awesome.
No doubt.
Well, talk to us about writing this song. You mentioned your co-writers earlier. Was that via in person, via Zoom? Like, what did it look like? How long did it take? Like,
Yes, so that was an in-person co-write, actually. My first in-person co-write with two, oh my gosh, amazing writers, amazing people. Annika, who Brandon interviewed, as well as her husband, Spencer. So I remember going to their house. I was so excited. And Spencer, he's my co-producer, was like, I'm going to Spencer's house. This is so exciting. So, we got there, and there was just this really positive vibe. It was just this really positive energy. I was super happy. This was my first time writing with them, so I was just so excited to be writing with them. And they had actually just found out that they were pregnant with their first ever baby. So the idea of firsts and love was definitely in the air. So we got into the room, and I remember, like, it was crazy. It took 2 hours to write the song, which normally I don't keep track of it, and I don't know if that's fast or not. Usually it takes me a little while longer to write something like that, but just the creative flow in the room, it was insane. It was just such this positive vibe and the energy. And it was around Valentine's Day too that we wrote it in 2021. So it was just, it was an amazing experience. And I can't wait to write with Annika and Spencer again.
I mean, with a song like that, I'd be like, yeah, when can we write again? That'd be great.
Yeah, totally.
She's one of Canada's biggest and brightest up there. Annika's fantastic, and I just
fantastic.
love the fact that her music resonates just like yours do. And there's so much more coming from so many great Canadian artists like yourself we've had on here. Hey, talk about last year, because y'all did stay busy with Wannabe. Just if I forgot to mention, you can slap me upside the head. But talk about Speak Out, because Speak Out was one that came out last year, I guess shortly after the pandemic, and give me the background story on that one.
Yes. So I wrote Speak Out a couple years ago from a dream I had, actually, about two people. I didn't know them, but they felt something for each other, but they were afraid to tell the other person because of the answer they'd get back. So really a story about courage and breaking through barriers. And everyone I've talked to has had a different meaning for the song, whether it's in a relationship, a romantic relationship, or with a family dynamic, or just about mental health in general, or there's really a bunch of different meanings for it. But I released it in December, and just the feedback I've gotten on it has been, I've been so honored and so humbled of how much this song has resonated with people, because it's one of my favorites from the start, just because it's a ballad, and I love ballads personally, but I mean, upbeat songs are the best too. But I don't know, Speak Out's just always had a special place in my heart, and I was so happy that people felt that way as well.
No doubt. It's one of those great songs. Well, I tell you what, let's do another little play here on here. My favorite part is when artists just perform on the show, and I get to take myself off screen, close my mouth, and just say, you know what? I just host the show. I cannot sing as good as Kirsty or Kaiya. So definitely we look for more of this to be on the show. Second tune up, definitely what you got for us. We're gonna play some good music, no doubt.
Awesome. Wait, so you want me to play?
Let's do it.
All right. Yeah, okay. Let's play I'll play Speak Out then. Wow,
Let's do it.
That'd be great. Perfect.
Awesome.
Here we go.
Let's get the reverb back on.
Reverb back on. Here we go.
There we go. We're good to go. This is Speak Out. I wish I could be with you every second of every day, but that's not how it works around here. Your smile, it lifts me up, keeps me going, but I can never show it. Will you say will you say nay? Will you say things, but I'm okay? Will you say go away? Will you say stay? Will you say yes? Will you say no? Will you say why don't you just go, and then I'll be all alone. I can't seem to get the words out of my head and into the air between us. Now it's just a moment of fear and trust. Will you say yay? Will you say nay? Will you say things, but I'm okay? Will you say go away? Will you say stay? Will you say yes? Will you say no? Will you say why don't you just go, and then I'll be all alone. Speak out. Speak out. What would you say? What would you say? Oh, I seem to long for you, but I've waited too long to tell you. That's why I wrote this song. For you, I don't know how else to reach you. Will you say yay? Will you say nay? Will you say thanks, but I'm okay? Will you say yes? Why don't you just go? Speak out, speak out, speak out. What would you say? What would you say? Speak out, speak out. Come on now. I wish I could be with you every second of every day.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-hosts Kirsty Krause, Jeff McMahon, and Karen Lee Batten as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass.
Oh,
Is there a
you're
mute?
muted,
Is there a mute?
Kirsty.
Is there a mute button on? There she is. We hear her.
I didn't know. I was like, oh my gosh, wow. That was
Yeah, I was
amazing.
too.
Those
Yeah.
powerful vocals here on the Backstage Pass were by Kaiya Gamble. It's singing her first single that she put out, Speak Out, from a dream. Talk to us about what it was like writing that song and then being able to put out your first single.
So it was so weird because I don't usually write from dreams. It's usually from, again, like Brandon said, personal experience. And when I was younger, emotions that I could relate to in a way. So when I had this dream, I remember waking up and literally racing down the stairs to get to the piano to write the idea down. I don't know why. There was something in my brain that just said, you need to get downstairs now, and just write it down. It was so weird. And I'm so glad I did, though, because Speak Out has just been a song that's been so close to my heart, and there's been so many tweaking and editing along the way to get to the final version that was released December 7th, which is coming up. Its 1-year anniversary is coming up in 4 days, which is so exciting. Songiversary, great word for it. Honestly, I was okay, what's the best word to explain it? I used to watch My Little Pony when I was a kid, and Pinkie Pie would always say, "There's nervous-sighted, where you're so excited you could just jump up and go yay, 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 but you're so nervous you just want to curl into a ball and hide at the same time." That's exactly how I felt.
Okay,
Because
that's the first on
that's
this
exactly
show.
how I felt.
It is.
Yeah. Really? No way.
To reference that TV show, that is first on
That's
this
right.
show.
I concur, yes.
Nervous-sighted. Yeah.
Love it.
I think that's the word to describe how I was feeling, but yeah, it was an awesome experience, and I'm so glad that I released it and wrote it even.
And you sing it you perform it live just as well as the recording. That was
Thank
wonderful,
you.
beautiful job to hear. Yes.
Yeah, and you feel it in your voice. You feel the range. I was just texting Kirsty during it too at the same time. The range is just so well done, and it's just vocals
you.
impressive. And that's Speak Out, of course, all across the digital platforms. And I'm in it. So I'm going to ask that ultimate question now, and that personal growth question, and of course, one of those questions you got to dig a little deep for. All right, so going into a new year, we're already kind of ready, wrapping up 2021. Hard to believe. And the holidays are going to go by fast. She's getting that Vulcan.
I'm getting the mindset ready. You said intense question. I'm getting ready.
Yes.
Focusing, full
Oh,
focus.
it's not that bad. What goals and other aspirations and things that you've set aside for yourself? You've made this list. You're like, you know what? Start of 2022, I want to do this. And by the end of 22, I want to do this. What is it?
Ooh. Well, I haven't made the list yet, like actually written it down on paper, but I do have some things in mind. I'm learning guitar at the moment. I'd love to get better at guitar because, piano's my main instrument, but I'd love to be able to just rock out on guitar on stage. I've always envied, Lindsay Ell and Canadian female singers who can just crush it on the guitar. So that's definitely something. I want to live perform again. I have a show coming up in December with Brett Kissel and Annika as well in support of veterans, which I'm pumped for. I'm just so excited for it, but I really hope there's more live performances down the road. I have some more songs I'm going to be releasing. So that is that is getting ready for that. That's definitely something I want to do in 2022 is release more music, put out another music video because I just loved filming the one for Speak Out and already got ideas for I'm in it and the other singles, and just to continue to grow as an artist. I'd love to co-write with people who are more, I don't know, different genres, maybe outside of Alberta. I've written with an artist who's in Quebec and everything, but I'd love to co-write with more variety of people because so far I just have my little safe places of people that I love writing with so very much, but I'd love to expand that and just keep working at my artistry. I know it's a very general thing, but definitely getting better at guitar, releasing more songs, music videos, live performings, like star. I just can't wait to get back up on stage because I love the writing process. I love the recording process, but when you get to perform it live, I mean, online is great, but when you're in front of a crowd, it's just, there's nothing better than that. So, yeah.
I'm going to borrow a line from Allstate real quick, the insurance company. You're in good hands because when you hang around people like Brett Kissel and Annika, you're going to be just fine. I tell you right now, some big things are coming your way for 2022. We've had them both on the show, and of course, Lindsay L too at the same time. Fantastic talents and just great people to to talk to there at the same time. All right, I'm going to ask you this because we're going to kind of get into rapid fire and enjoy this one, get to know you more on a personal basis, which this is a lot of fun because I know Annika had a lot of fun with this when she came on the show. So did Brett. We actually caught Brett out in the open world, if you will, that I've been to Canada.
No
so I know
way.
what he was doing. He was hog hunting when he came on the show. He was out there just kind of, me and Jeff were talking to him. It was one of those things. He was hog hunting out there and climbing trucks.
That's awesome.
I'm like, that's a Canadian way of doing things, Brett. That's good stuff out there. All right, first one out of the gate. Let's say a phone rang for you, and you got to be a contestant on any game show out there, multiple game shows. They're like, just come on down. No reference checks, nothing like that. You don't have to audition. What game shows would you choose?
Ooh, I've never been asked this before. I'm trying to think of what game shows I actually watch. I mean, this isn't really a game show, but you know how Elle does song association with like all those famous celebrities, and you give them a word and they have to sing a song in 10 seconds. I'd love to do that. I was literally, whenever I'm warming up before a show, I literally give myself a word and try to sing the song. It's such a fun thing. I think I'd love to go on Family Feud with my family. I feel like that would be something really fun. I mean, if there were no strings attached, then The Voice. I mean, it'd be really cool to work with, you know, John Legend and Kelly Clarkson and all those amazing Ariana Grande, Blake Shelton, like those coaches. It would be amazing to work with them. I'd say those are the three. I don't know any other game shows. I wish I was more interested in it. Oh, and Fallon. I'd love to do his because he does so many great game shows on there. So I'd love to be on Jimmy Fallon and do those, you know, musical genre challenge or whatever.
He put that out the other night. I saw that. That's my jam. Did you catch it? That was pretty cool.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
That was pretty cool. I like that with the vocal coaches and the coaches from The Voice, and they were doing their thing. It was pretty funny, and it was Blake Shelton was a hoot on that show. Man, it was funny. Oh my god, it was crazy. What you got?
Okay, my rapid fire question is: say you were at the CCMAs, right? And you call your name, and you were going up to win an award. And that night, you want to celebrate, and the thing that you are craving the most is pizza. And the pizza is going to be just for you. What do you get to celebrate? What toppings? What does the pizza look like?
Okay, this is...
Like, we're really celebrating here.
We are.
Okay, we're really celebrating here. Like, we're going all out.
Like, big moment.
I mean, I don't want to sound basic, but I love pepperoni pizza. I mean, I'd say put some like prosciutto on there and sausages and like different sorts of meats might be really cool to have on there. And then like real Italian mozzarella cheese, because not like the Cracker Barrel stuff, but like the ones that come in spheres. You don't want to cut those up and like melt them. And I'm gluten-free, which is something that many people don't know. So I get real authentic real pizza with real bread, because and the what do they call like stuffed crust with like the cheese inside? I get that too.
That too. Okay. Oh
yeah, just really all out first time. I'd probably be in the bathroom for hours, but you know, we're good. We're celebrating. It's all good.
And she went right up my alley with all the meats, man, and the mozzarella and the real stuff and the bread and all that kind of stuff, because you only order from like those authentic. I can't wait to get to Nashville, Kirsty. I'm sure there's good pizza places in Nashville that have those same type of ingredients. So that's that's gonna be
lots of hot chicken.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up spending time in the bathroom, as Kaiya says, probably from the hot chicken. But that's just the way it is. That's just part of it too.
All right,
bring the bottle of Tums, right? Bring the Tums. Which will be good there. Or if they bring it to us, that's catering at its finest, right? Which is great out there too at the same time. All right, let's say you checked your bank account tomorrow morning. You had a whole bunch of money in there. You could write a check for a dream car. What's your dream car? It didn't matter. You walk on the lot, you want that, sticker price, everything, write them a check, it's yours, you drive off. What do you choose?
I'd either get a box Jeep, like, you know, one of those box Jeep cars. I'd either get one of those, or I'd get the Tesla with the wings, like the SUV with the wings that float up, because you don't have to drive, and then I don't have to take a driver's test to get my learners or anything. I could just like let the car do all the work and has the cool winged things. But if I didn't get that, then I get the box Jeep, because that's probably my other. I don't know why. It just seems like a cool car. It's a mojo car.
We gotta get your license first.
Yeah, exactly.
14. Let her.
Well, I know. I'm just. I love it. What you got up next? Another rapid fire. We got a couple more.
Now that everything's opening up, where is your place? The next place that you want to travel outside of Canada?
Ooh, I'd love to go to Europe. anywhere in Europe, really. Just take me to Europe and I'll be happy. If there's no COVID at all, then just go there and spend. I mean, one particular place is probably, I love Amsterdam, the Netherlands, that sort of vibe. But really, just to travel all over Europe would be a dream, really. So hopefully, maybe on tour one day, do a Europe tour and get to put it out in the air. But yeah, definitely, Amsterdam would be the next place I would want to go to, or somewhere warm.
Well, I would buy a ticket, and I can say that too. If I get over there and enjoy Europe, that's one of the plans. Probably 4 or 5 years down the road, and who knows? Like I said, we're making road trips with this thing now. You just never know where it might take us. So,
but I tell you what, Canadian artists on now, and we have so many ties in Canada. We should get beanies. Because it's cold there a lot of times.
Yeah, we need to put that.
Get beanies.
Tubes. We call them tubes here.
Yeah.
The tubes.
Right, you guys call them beanies. We call them tubes. But yeah, you definitely need one if you're coming, especially now. There's so much snow outside. It's
we
insane.
can have Mitch Max Adam to our merch line and put beanies/tubes.
I could talk to Todd about doing that too. MitchMax.com. Yeah, we appreciate
awesome.
The sponsors for doing that too as well. And of course, she's going places and she's going fast at 14. And my God, she's more mature beyond her age. And most people I've had on the program around that age limit is just amazing. Very good answers to the questions. I'm in it is across all the digital platforms and of course, as well as Speak Out. And definitely she was speaking out today about her music and about the issues. And we love it. And definitely give her a follow across all the socials at Kaiya Gamble. And I did check out Kaiya live and I did enjoy what you're doing with that. So keep that near and dear to your heart and keep putting out some great music.
Thank you. Right. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate all the work the sponsors have done for us here as well. Again, the countdown to CRS is coming up February 23rd to 25th, the Omni Hotel in Nashville. Myself, Kirsty, and Jeff McMahon will be there doing our best to bring you the best in entertainment and music. And of course, we'll do shows that'll be on. I'll probably get no sleep, Kirsty, over that 4-day period. I'm not planning to. So it's going to be busy time for us too as well. Thanks to Mitch Max, Bangtail Whiskey, and of course Hank Jr. Productions. Kyle, we appreciate the time. Thanks so much for being on, and looking forward to having you back on at a later date in 22.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
You got it, no doubt. And of course, coming up tonight, Aaron Grand, the audio interview comes out tonight with Aaron, so be on the lookout for that. And definitely, if you want to book Ashton Shepard, give me an email. The email is on the Facebook page. Just started working with her today. Proud to just bring her as a partnership with the Backstage Pass. Ashton Shepard, Nashville recording artist, be working with her and setting up a 2022 tour schedule. So give me an email, and we'll get that on the books for you guys as well. We'll see you next week on the show. Michaela Phillips drops by from American Idol and America's Got Talent. And, of course, the final week, David Nails coming on the program, Nashville recording artist. So excited about that. And then a whole host. If you remember the show Dukes of Hazzard, John Schneider's coming on here in January. So look forward to talking to Bo Duke of Dukes of Hazzard, a show we grew up on that is still watched out there by many people. We'll see you guys next week on the show. Look for Aaron Grand's interview tonight, and definitely go get that music from Kaiya Gamble across all the digital platforms. Until then, we'll see you next week, and happy holidays from the Backstage Pass. We'll see you soon.